Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Planar Conquest. It's a turn-based strategy game, sort of. A 4X turn-based strategy game, inspired by Master of Magic. Okay, that's going to be kind of interesting. But yeah, so it's going to be a 4X strategy game. I'm going to say it should be pretty standard, but these games always have their little twists and turns, which could be kind of interesting. Anyway, loving the music, loving the launch screen, and there's actually kind of a nice, like, painted cutscene to begin with. But let's see how the game goes. Also, should probably mention game's out now, and it's 20 bucks on launch, 25 bucks normally with it the launch sale. So, keep that in mind. Anyway, new game. Planes. Here you can choose planes or worlds you will be exploring and fighting for. Each plane is a separate world and has unique resources and features. Hold a plane's icon. Hold a plane's icon to display its description, as well as its advantages and disadvantages. By clicking on the gear icon, you will be able to select the plane's landmass size and shape. The more planes you choose, the longer the game. The more opponents you will be able to pick. Okay. So I can turn on all of them if I want to be insane. Weird. Okay. So it says 70% land coverage. I'm not entirely sure how this will work. Let's do randomized setup. This terrifies me. I kind of want to keep it simple for starters, but I'm a little bit worried about it. I mean, it feels like I might be better off here. Let's just turn everything off. Let's keep Paradise and Prime on, maybe. Extra food, minus production. Default starting realm. Okay, lack some of the precious resources of other worlds. So if I do fire... Let's see, extra food, gold. Okay. So production and power. Let's turn on Earth, probably. And... production power, production... This has production gold, this has gold minus production, food production. I kind of want to have Paradise, Earth, and Prime. So let's do 90% Earth, 70, 70, 50. Let's have 3 continents, islands. Let's do 3 continents for that. 2, 2, and then islands. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, but we'll find out. Anyway, game, opponents. So I can go up to 7, based on the number and size of selected planes. So if I turn this down, does that reduce the number of opponents I can have? If I turn these off, does this affect... Okay. So if we only have these 2 on, it lets me go up to 6 opponents. Wizard difficulty. Difficulty level of game. I don't want it to be too long, so let's do this. This way we'll get production gold, food gold. Yeah, so we won't have power, but that'll be okay. And we'll get to see 3 islands, 3 continents, 2 continents, and a terrain type. Okay, cool. So let's do 6 opponents. Let's do difficulty wizard, adept, archmage. What's fast movement? Doubles the movement points of all units. Okay, so if I drag this up, can I... Okay, so I can. If I want to. Game speed. Speed of production, research and crafting, neutral forces, common, frequent, countless. Let's do common for the time being. Features. Gateways, nodes, runes. Let's max that out. Resources, very high. Game speed. Let's do game speed times 2. Kind of wish there was a times 3 in here. No, you know what? Let's do game speed times 4. Difficulty will be... Let's do wizard for the time being. Leave it on medium. So I want kind of a fast, functional one. Okay, factions. So I can be the high men, the Grey Elves, the Dwarves, the Orcs, the Dark Elves, the Unhallowed, the Meridants, and the Draconians. Well, if you know me at all, I like me some Dwarves. And let's be... Do we want kind of a pinkish purple, blue, red... or orange. Let's go orange. So high production output, poor population growth, slow units. This will be good. Okay, Sorcerer. Pre-made lords, create your own. Create my own. Okay, so we've got Isma. Let's not be Isma. Let's find a portrait we like first. Come on, there's got to be a better dwarf than that one there. There is not. I wonder if I could import my own. God, that'd be nice. Anyway. Let's see, so we're picking our sorcerer. You know what? Alright, so we've got a goddamn wizard. And we're good to go. Okay, so hi. Okay, character creation points. So, what is this? Sage. Bonus to research gained from power. Geologist. Some of these... Okay, requires disciplines cartographer. Planar cartographer. Oh, hi. Why is this all a thing? So if I do... Character creation points. Oh, I see. So these give me extra, these cost. So I can do opulent. Penalty to these things. This is actually way deeper than I thought. This is cool. This reminds me of Master of Orion 2 in terms of customization. Obviously, I have no idea what any of these do and how to work with them, but still, it's neat. So let's see. Raise units killed in victorious battle zombies. Mentor. I mean, honestly, the sad point is I'm probably going to have to go through this list, but I don't want to go through every single point here and read out what they do for the time being, just because this is going to be the first episode, and I'd like to actually get onto the gameplay. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to pick out my points, explain what they do, and then next episode we will go over exactly what every single one of these do, as well as like what the hell this means. Okay, so I think I got it. So we're going with a little bit into biomancy, which is like terraforming, adding flowers and stuff to things. Protection and augmentation, which are mostly just enchantment related. So they'll boost up my cities with better production, safeguarding them, so on and so forth. And then also a little bit into life for healing. I want to have very tough, strong units instead of focusing on myself as a caster. I don't have any tier 3 spells, tier 2 or tier 3 spells, and that might or might not be a bad thing, but I think I can level up and get access to these later. I also got Heretic, which makes it so I get less power from religious buildings, but I got Mystic, which means every citizen gives me 0.1 power. Hopefully it'll kind of balance out. Anyway, also, see, reduces the cost of settlers by 50%, makes magical items 25% cheaper, enchantments 20% cheaper, extra production from minerals and ores, sage, extra research gained from power, and then all of my units can gain 2 more levels than usual. Make them stronger. Okay, so now we get spells. Probably should have looked into this. Kind of wish it had given me a list for this one first. Oh well, so I got 8 spells that I can pull from. Let's look at what we got here for the ones we have. So Bless Weapon, heal's probably the easiest. Wow, this is very based on D&D. Disrupt Undead, Bless. Oh wow, yeah, this is so D&D. I'm not going to say it hurts. It's actually pretty cool, but still. Tranquility. Oh. And Healer Familiar. Target gains heal. Interesting. So this would actually give one of my characters a infinite healing spell. So this one will heal one guy whenever. This one makes a character into a healer. So let's go with that one. Let's see what else we got. True Sight, Illusion Immunity. Let's see. Radiance, target cannot shoot. Okay, so this would blind like a ranger. Pacifism, cannot attack, circle protection. Yeah, this is so D&D. I mean, +5 to AC, +5 to all savings throws. Wow, I'm totally okay with it. Arms Master. Heroes Avid Trader, 50 experience points per turn to all units in his army. Holy shit, that's expensive, but amazing. Good Harvest, extra food. Heroism, target gains maximum level. Kills target, elemental resistance. Okay. So let's see. Oh, we might actually have to go back and reduce some of our levels here. So this is augmentation. So extra 1d4 damage, extra hit chance and damage, extra movement speed. Is it only boats? Yeah, friendly ship. Fertile soil, extra food income. Sacrifice 300 population to boost current population by 100. Interesting. And water walk. Alright. Let's just keep going down this list. I have half a mind to get rid of augmentation in favor of more into life. I mean, down so I could still do fertile soil, but leave it at that. Like, the extra fire damage and stuff is kind of useful, but still? Yeah, Dark Rituals isn't very good for me. Yeah, Prosperity would be good, extra gold income. But, Blazing Martyr. Extra attack, Ghost Touch. That. Okay, let's see about Biomancy. Vacuum is just damage, weakness, hurt somebody, fire. Vulnerability, interesting. So this would be an enemy unit to make them vulnerable to fire. Heal, whoops. Wellspring of Life. Units inside city are fully healed each turn. Okay, we want that. What else is there? Movement points. Consecrate Earth. I was expecting Biomancy to have the food boost, but I guess that's under augmentation, surprisingly enough. Power Income unique tile. Okay. So Biomancy is looking a little bit more useful. So Transmute improves the mineral ore. Plains into desert. Swamp, forest into plains. Good harvest. Wastelands. Okay, let's take a look at protection. Blur. Bone Aura. Stone Skin. Okay, protection's looking a little bit more useful. Also Bless and negates first hit. This would be useful for combat stuff, probably. Wow, yeah, this is just totally based on D&D, and I'm actually pretty okay with that. Okay, Spell Lock, Resist Elements, Cleansing Fire. So, honestly, what I'm probably going to do is... I'm going to drop Protection down and Augmentation down a bunch. That gets me 4. Now what I could do is boost up... Let's look at healing spells again. Unfortunately, none of these mid-tier ones are actually particularly useful. I guess Purify would be kind of nice. But we only needed Fertile Soil in terms of augmentation, just because. Some of the other ones are kind of useful, but we'll get there later. Prosperity would be nice, but it's not a huge rush. Let's see, so Biomancy. Quicksilver... Costs a lot, gives them extra movement speed, purifies tile. So... I guess Consecrate Earth is in both. Summon... Strands of Power is tempting. Power income per unique tile types. And that way we could build up to Good Harvest, which I guess both of these have. But the terraforming could be really useful. I guess we could also take a look at, like, Earth or something. And see if there's anything useful. Why don't we do that? Oh, this is taking forever. Okay, so again, I think I'm gonna cut and figure out exactly what I want to work with here. Because very obviously, we have so many choices that I need to look through. Okay, so we're back again, and my options here are this. So let's see, Bless. Friendly units. Area single. Area single. Okay, so we want Heal, probably. Useful for battle, keep my units up. We want Healer Familiar, and I'm gonna go with Tranquility, just because. Useful for my cities. Okay, so that's life, 3 spells. Couldn't get up to tier 2, don't care that much. Wall of Force could be useful. Pacifism could be useful. You know, some of these would be useful. Anyway, Earth. We want Fertile Soil. Turns out there are a lot of shared spells between different factions. So we want Stone Skin, extra armor. Fertile Soil, Wellspring of Life, and question, probably Acid Arrow. It's a cheap damage over time. And lastly, we got Water. For the most part, I'm not going to be using Water. Some of these are actually probably useful, but I'm not too combat focused. I'm hoping that I can just make really tough units with what I got. But the reason why I went with Water is hopefully I can level this up so I can get Prosperity, Wetlands, Creativity, and Spell Lock, all of which are going to be amazing. Floating Island could be interesting too. Anyway, let's get started. Oh, wow, that took a long time to get through, but it was nice to do so. And we can take a... I have hiccups now. We can take a look at all the other things later. But for the time being, I really want to get this done. Or get us to the gameplay, because that's where the interesting stuff's gonna be. These hiccups are a problem. Okay, hiccups are gone. Welcome to Planar Conquest. You are a mighty Sorcerer Lord, a mage king set on conquering the world, explore the lands, settle and develop cities, train armies, recruit legendary heroes, and hunt for treasure in monster-infested lairs. To become the sole master of the plains, you must defeat the other Sorcerer Lords or cast the almighty spell of domination. Good luck. By using the question mark button, available on almost every screen, you can bring up the help window. It contains useful information concerning the actions you can take in that panel. You can browse through hints by clicking on the blinking blue arrows on the sides of the window. Okay, so here we go. So, it's squares, not hexes. That's probably fine. Looks like we've got different terrain types. With different resources. So we got mithril, iron ore, what looks to be probably a treasure chest if I bring somebody over there, silver ore, gold ore, adamantine. With an alchemist guild present, units receive +1 armor class. Coal, iron, mithril again. Alchemist guild present, units receive +1 to hit damage. Let's see, heartstone, silver ore, gems, silver ore. Alright. Armies still require your attention. So we've got this dwarf here. It's got a random selection of units that I have no idea what they do. We've got some kind of creepy tower thing. Let's head for the treasure chest, I think. Let's see, split army, move to, fortify, auto scout, skip turn. Can I get them to go? There we go. Okay, gold chest. We got 10 gold. This ornamental chest contains a small quantity of ancient coins, trinkets, and other valuables that can be sold for gold. Cool. Alright, so this is our current gold per turn. This is the amount of food and income this turn. Value. If this value is negative, my troops will starve and disband. And mana income. If it goes below 0, some of my summons or enchantments will be dispelled. Okay, current research gain per turn. Research is automatically used to develop new spells. Current power. Power is used to cast things. And current spellcraft. How much mana you can spend per turn on crafting, on casting and crafting. Okay. I'm just looking over everything. I guess let's hit this. So the mirror allows you to look at your Sorcerer Lord, positive and negative disciplines, spell circles in the Sorcerer Lord's current fame. Diplomacy, meeting other Sorcerer Lords. Spellbook, cast and research spells. Cities management allows you to manage all your cities. You can build structures, train units, raise taxes, and assign citizens to produce more food, build quicker, or study new spells. Armies management, manage your armies. Here you can check their statuses. Okay, item management, craft powerful artifacts, equip your heroes with them. Magic panel. Here you can adjust your mana and research points income, transmute gold into mana or mana into gold. You can also check all the global enchantments and the ones that have been cast on my things. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Padlocks. Ratio of each sliders can be locked in place by clicking. Okay. Power is... resource can be used on things. Harvested power is redistributed into 3 spheres. Mana, income, spell, craft, and research. I see. So depending on how I've set these sliders, we will get different things into all of this stuff. Gotcha. Let's see. Spellcraft, skills, and mage. How much mana can use in one turn. Casting and strategic spells, using battle spells or crafting items. A lord with spellcraft 30 can spend 30. Can spend, if he has the required mana, of course, 30 mana on casting, 30 mana on crafting, and 30 mana in battle. So it's not 30 mana total, it's 30 to each. That's not bad. Mana income. All spells cost mana cost to cast. So this is my mana here, right? I think. Let's see, research. Enables you to gain new spells, investing power, you gain research points automatically. To your currently researched spell. And can be amplified in the city. Oh wait, there's multiple pages. Alchemy, so we can trade these in. If I got the alchemy perk, this could be 1-to-1. But I didn't do that. Probably should have done that. Now I know. Okay, so this is how we cast, research, and craft. So casting displays the current casting as well as its progress, estimated time to completion. Research, new spells, investing power, you gain research points. Crafting, the items, and summoning 2 shows the current location of a player's summoning circle. Okay. Active enchantments, remove, enchantment, target, duration, planes that it's affecting. Gotcha. Upkeep cost. So let's close this off. Let's see. So mana income, research. Let's dump this down a little bit. That's probably good. 7, 7, and 4. I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of spellcraft right now. But still. Okay. So I don't have any active enchantments, don't want to do any transmutation, not casting anything, and summoning 2 there. Gotcha. Alright, crafting. Oh boy, this is deeper than I'd like it to be. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway. No, I like deep games. It's just, right now it's like, I just want to get to the game, and we're just in the process of learning. So, crafting an item, so enchantments. Let's see. Craft an item, you need to select a type, subtype of the item. After that, you see it displayed on the right side. Now you have to choose the bonus value you want to apply to the item. Post depends on the item you're crafting. Armors and shields will have their armor class raised, while weapons will have their hit value boosted. Finally, you can pick enchantments you want to imbue to them. The more bonuses you apply to the item, the longer it takes to craft and the higher prices. Oops, not done. Q. Easy enough. And inventory. Also easy enough. So we don't have a hero yet. And so if we wanted to make, like, a ring with acid resistance, can I just slap all of these down? I could, but it would take me 2,000 turns. Interesting. I'm sure this will get easier as we go along, but still, good to know. I wonder if I can equip these to myself. I'm not sure. But yeah, we don't have any heroes anyway. Okay, armies management. HP, mana, EXP, disband. Upkeep, easy enough. Unit stats, how far they can move, melee, average damage they do with a melee attack, fortitude, reflex, will, magic, ranged, figures. Number of combatants in the unit. Armor class, how hard they are to hit. Abilities, charge, spell resistant. Okay, so these are the abilities they can use in battle. Perks, which are like passive abilities, and spells, so that's the stuff currently affecting a unit. Let's see. Attacks and defense, so armor class, hard it is for them to hit. Defenses, attacks, so how much damage, the accuracy, the crit, easy enough. This is very D&D, by the way, which I'm kind of liking. Okay, City Plaque. Piatra Cow Trybulansky. Interesting. So auto build, just puts it on auto, not a bad idea. Idol, riots, race symbol, what race it is, summoning circle. I see means that's where summoning units will go to, capital, population level, and plane. Gotcha. Tax rate, the higher the taxes, the greater the unrest, more or less. Let's see, is the percentage amount of citizens in your towns turned to rebels. Rebels do not work, and do not pay taxes. So, we do have that one spell to produce unrest, so we can work with that, too. Owning more than 99 cities will decrease your income. You can only own a limited number of cities before your income starts to decrease. 99 cities! Ugh. Alright, so farmers, 2 food and half of production. Workers are just 2 production, or 3 in the case of dwarves. Let's see. So both pay taxes normally. The rebels are the only thing we need to worry about. So they appear based on the city's level of unrest, cannot be reassigned, contribute to nothing, and do not pay taxes. You can counter rebels by constructing specific buildings, casting spells, and using units as garrison. So 2 units stationed in a town reduces unrest by 10%. Okay. And militia are the guards. Okay, some of these I'm going to have to look at later. City income, so we've got production, gold, power, food, negative energy, and research. Negative energy works as food for the unhallowed. Unlike food, however, negative energy does not stockpile. If this value is negative, the city cannot produce enough energy to sustain itself, causing population loss. Okay, gotcha. So we've got events. These are special bonuses, good or bad. Resources are special resources, and enchantments are things that I've thrown on the town. Gotcha. Let's see, units. So these are what are being made, how long it takes, how much it costs. Let's see, if it's red, it means I can't make it. Easy enough. Special labels. Housing. Quickens population growth. Oh, so housing and trade goods. This is just pulled from Masters of Orion, or Master of Orion. 2 specifically. I'm okay with that. But yeah, the bigger the disparity between current and maximum population, the bigger the bonus. To make this building active, it has to be placed in your queue, first in order, and it'll last until we cancel it. There's something on my carpet that I'm putting my foot on, and it's uncomfortable. Oh well. Unit building info. Wolf Masters. Requirements allows you to create buildings only. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Red frame. Means I'm not eligible to build train that item. Gotcha. Q, easy enough. I can buy it out. Alright, so it looks like they've kind of smushed Dungeons and Dragons together with, Dungeons and Dragons together with, it's interesting, with, Master of Orion. I kind of like that, actually. Spellbook. So these are my spellcasting, research, casting book, favorites, storage. Okay. Cost to cast, circle, magic circle I'm currently viewing, new spell. Filters, what tier they belong to, tactical spells, strategic spells, sort by mana cost, globe of invulnerability. I might actually be able to make some, like, make spells. Interesting. Let's see, spells can be boosted with more mana to make them more powerful or more difficult to resist. Gotcha. And let's close this. So we've got Fertile Soil, Healer, Familiar, Magic Spirit, Stone Skin, Tranquility. Oh, interesting. So it's actually... It actually has the list here of... So because I have Stone Skin unlocked, it's technically unlocked under these protection tree as well. That's really weird. Anyway, let's do research. Let's see what I can do. There's pacifism, there's true sight. Recall hero could be useful. Disrupt undead. Or we could just do, like, bless weapon. Tempting. It's cheap and extra damage and stuff. Not a bad move. Why are these the only things I can research? I'm curious. Well, let's probably research, let's probably research Blessed Weapon. That seems like a good idea for the time being. So it'll take 3 turns to make that. Casting. Question. Can I do... Standard Life Magic? Nope. Earth? Fertile Soil. Let's cast that. So in 1 turn, we'll cast it, and this will increase my food income on target-friendly city. Cool. Favorites and storage. Oh! When a spell's ready, you can store it instead of casting. So this way I can build up stored spells like lightning bolts and stuff. And just blast them out later. Diplomacy and Mirror. Let's look at myself. So these are my perks, my fame, and I'm a goddamn wizard. Alright, I'm okay with this. I think we're done. Cities require my attention, so what do we need to do here? Bjerdenberg. Alternatively, I'm gonna call this, I'm terrible at naming things. Dude Town. Alright, so, the city of Dude Town has no events, decent amount of resources, no nothing. So we've got 2 farmers, workers, sages. Okay, how many... I have 1 loose population. How do I know what loose population I have? It doesn't tell me where my loose population is. Oh, I see. So we probably... so I can allocate to workers and sages, but if I do, I start starving, so we don't want to do that. 2 food in production. So, why don't we drop this down and get some more food? This way we'll get a bit of a stockpile and we can work with this. Okay, what can we make? Housing, trade goods, armory, palisade, farmer's market. What's that do? Increases the food produced by 2 and max pop by 2, but it costs 3 to upkeep. Miner's Guild. Production. Bonus from nearby materials. Tempting. Rune Etchers. Spell resistance. Sage's Guild. 3 research points per turn. Sawmill. Production. Extra food per forest, but I don't think we have a whole lot of forest. Let's see. Temple reduces unrest and produces power per turn, and the rest I can't make for whatever reason. Because we need these structures beforehand. So trade goods will give me extra food. Let's go with the farmer's market, because if I get a farmer's market, I can increase the amount of like sages and stuff. We won't need as many farmers. So we'll do that, and then we'll do Miner's Guild. And probably a sawmill. Because the Sage's Guild, The research points per turn is tempting. The Rune Etcher's Guild will probably have to wait, and then we might want to look into that. Okay. Train units. So we got Forefathers. Dwarven class, emissaries found new towns. Oh, so they are, there are settlers. But if I make it, it will reduce my town's population, so we probably want to wait on that one. Engineers. Build roads and destroy walls during sieges. Unarmed. Okay. And defenders are just basic whatevers. Got it. Alright, so that should be good. Winning more than 10 cities will decrease your income. Ah, I see, so it's not as weird. Anyway, end turn. I've spent most of this video reading things. We've just finally taken our first turn. I cannot believe it. Alright, you guys, go over here. Okay, old library. This library, built in ancient times, once full of scrolls and grimoires, filled with ancient secrets. Oh, arcane secrets. Now most of it's gone. A band of hedge wizards are ransacking whatever there's left to plunder. So, threat is high. I could get... So it's a high threat, but I could get research points. Or we could ignore it and start heading for that treasure chest for the time being. We'll come back to this one later. Okay, so we get some research points, and we'll keep going. So let's just look around for the time being. Who knows what we'll get. I don't even know how to manage these things. Like, how do we know what my basic city management is? That's not what I'm looking for. I see, like, oh, we've got a boundary here. It's hard as hell to see because I chose orange. So next time I'll probably go with blue, but if you notice, we've got this, like, boundary box around things. I'll have to see what that does. Well, let's see. End turn. Ancient discovery. Adventurers have found a forgotten site. Inn appeared. Okay. Spell is ready to cast. Fertile soil. On Dewtown. Cast. Alright, so that'll increase the amount of... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't realize I had that. Alright, so that'll increase the amount of food we're producing by a fair amount. Which means... we probably only need a couple of Oh, what? Oh. So we'll have 2 farmers, 3 workers. That should be good. So let's see. Spellbook. What can we cast? Wellspring of Life. Healing. Tempting. Stone Skin. Extra armor class on a guy. Shows all my spells. Here we go. Wizard's Roulette. Oh, this will research, reroll what I have to research. That's interesting. How long does Water Walk work? Forever. Alright. I could do Tranquility. It's tempting. Or we could do Bless Weapon. So let's start casting Bless Weapon for the time being. I don't know if there's a reason why not to. I guess eventually I could make like a stockpile of mana. We'll work on that later. Let's see, for the time being, you've already moved. We'll head over there. We've got some other things to deal with. I don't know what inn has appeared. Okay. Is that a thing I can create now? No. Maybe? Oh. If I want to make the bank, we need a university. Okay, let's figure out, how do I make a university? What do I need for that? A library. To make a library, I need a Sages Guild. Alright, this makes sense. So where's the Sages Guild? Let's get that in the tableau. And let's keep going. Hey, research. Really? Oh, we're already done. Well, we're probably going to want Strands of Power. 1 power income per each unique terrain type and range. Not entirely sure what that means, but it'll probably help out. And it's better than what we've got, so research. Oh yeah, because we already have Bless. Oh, that's interesting. Notifications. Ah, Bless Weapon's already been researched. Whoops. I was supposed to be moving this sucker around. What's this? Statue Garden. Summon monsters. Don't want to deal with that. Alright. Well, I'll just keep wandering around until I can find something I can go fight. Imprisoning Circle. Not so great. Lost Tribe. Hey, unique. I found a lost tribe and incorporated them into one of my cities. Population of Dewtown has increased by 500. Nice. Oh, we want to keep going there. I keep forgetting. Can't just randomly click on this. So, due town's population, we're about to get another person, I believe. Yeah, because we've got a population of 6,000, which means 6 people to allocate. So we'll get another one shortly. Nice. So the buildings are coming along. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just go housing for a bit. But for the time being, let's finish that library. I don't feel like buying anything. Miners Guild has been built. I kind of wish this was a, like a scroll. Like, a scrolling list, so you'd actually have multiple things to roll through there. Oh well. Not that important. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Spellcraft, how much mana I can use, current power. I should figure out how I can get a hero at some point, but I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Maybe I do know. Train units. No. I have no idea how to create a hero. Well, next time I might actually want to start with a hero and whatnot. But for the time being, let's just keep wandering around. So, why don't you head over here? What is this? Ah, threat low, elementalist research points interact. So this library has been built in ancient times. Ah, so it's the same like hedge wizardy business. So you get auto fight. Let's see, don't use mana, don't run. Ah, I see. So that's how the auto fight will work. Let's actually see what the battle looks like. Okay. So we've got 2 fighters, some kind of arbalist system. Okay, so why don't we... Why don't we do my standard 4-box here? Okay, spellbook. Cast one of my spells from here. Limited to 1 spell per turn and can only spend an amount of mana equal to your spellcraft level. Gotcha. Mana pool. Current and max mana pool. So I have no mana, so I can't cast anything. Unit abilities. Some units can cast spells similar to the Sorcerer Lord. Use their own abilities. They draw mana from their own mana pools rather than the Lord's. Okay, so I should get the healing thing on some of these guys. Retreat and next previous unit. So we got these guys. You guys can move forward. Kind of wish I could see where the enemies had been deployed, but I guess this makes sense. Okay. Don't stand next to each other. Oh god. Don't stand next to each other and possibly have this group run. I'll have them heal up. Can you attack? What's my range? Does it say? Range 6. Caster, Mountaineer. What's my magic damage? What's my magic range? How do we even attack with this thing? Melee, accuracy, magical attack, fireball. How do I use? Oh. Unit abilities. No, these are my abilities. Are they? Wait, hold on. I'm confused, and how do I get out of this book? Okay, so we've got these selected. These are unit abilities. All circles. We got Sandblast. How much mana do they have? 20. And we're up against the Elementalists. They're almost out of mana, actually. They used a lot. So what can we do? We can do Flame Arrow, a D4 fire. Ranged attacks are disabled. Tempting. Confusion. Searing Aura. Okay, let's cast that on them. Cast. So that's how we do Flame Arrow. So we did a fair amount of damage to them. Should be good. Let's move this group forward. We don't want to have anybody next to anybody. And you can't attack, I assume. How do we see the unit stats for these guys? Arbalists. There we go. Not under abilities. Ranged 8. So there might be something in the way. I'll have to figure out how ranged units attack later. For the time being, that's good enough. Oh. Did he kill my guys? They're dead. Oh, that sucks. Out of reach? Oh, they're flying units. Oh, and they got hit back. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, let's do another spell. Cast them. Hopefully it doesn't hit my own units. They saved against it. They still took damage. Okay, that's good. Still frustrating, though, but hopefully this reduces their power or something. Seriously, these are not elementalists if they got wings. Can you guys not attack with your bows? Guess not. Well, we'll live, but it hurts. Okay, so you guys have nothing you can do. You. There we go, we win. Oh, they are elementalists, they just had weird wing things. So we're going to need to go heal after this, but we get research points and a fair amount of experience, so I'll take it. Not the greatest, but I will take it. Okay, so let's head home. Let's see, do spells. Can I cast Wellspring of Life? Okay, so let's take a look at casting. I add it as my favorites. So not casting anything else? Guess not. Yeah, we should probably get Healer Familiar on one of the groups at some point too. But yeah, this way we will have Wellspring of Life, so units in the city are fully healed every turn. That'll be nice, and that'll get my people back up to tip-top shape. Okay, so we don't have anything we can... Well, we do have things we can build here. Question is what? Library, tempting, research points. My gold income is fine. Let's see. Armory. So we create a Fighters Guild. I mean, what we want is, Alchemist Guild. What do we need for that? We need the library. So we get the library, that'll give me access to the university as well. And so we can work on getting the bank and the Alchemist Guild, both of which will be incredibly useful, I think. And then eventually Merchants Guild, which is bank and university. Okay, makes sense. So instead of, Civ-style research system, it's kind of automatic. You just have to build up the prerequisite constructions along the way. Okay, by the way, we have extra food. So I'm going to build a sage here. I don't think we need as much production as we have. Or, no, we need exactly the amount of production we have. Alright, that works. Waiting for other players. What? Okay. So I'd love to see how to expand my city limits, if that's possible. Or if I'll have to build another city along the way. That's something that I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So just require my attention. Ah, right. I should probably build these up in the queue. It just doesn't work that way. I kind of wish it would unlock, like, say if I have university queued up, it would let me queue up the bank as well. Like, that would be super nice, because then I'd have the base requirement. Anyway, so let's get the Alchemist Guild, and let's get the university. And that way, let's get the university for the time being. That way I can get the bank, and that'll increase my gold income, and then we don't have to worry about running out of cash along the way, which seems like it'd be pretty important. Alright, let's take another turn. And unfortunately, okay, so we got this. Strands of Power successfully researched. Did we not cast that spell? Uzzy. Oh, it's because we're researching remaining turns. 1. Or something, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of mana here. So what can I do? I'm going to buff up my mana income a little bit. We got a bonus to research for the time being. So ideally, I'd like to get my mana boost here. So, active enchantments. Oh, these are enchantments people have placed on their own cities. And they're not affecting me. Gotcha. Hey, okay, new things I can do. Blistering Radiance. Cannot shoot. Penalty in melee, true sight, pacifism's tempting. I mean, Nature's Eyes could be kind of useful. Let's... Oh, it's for a friendly city. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be cheap enough. And we'll be able to get that done in one turn. Alright. So let's get you guys here. And let's heal. Okay, is there anything else I can do? What's up? Strands of Power successfully researched. spell book. So this will be done in time. Not entirely sure why it's taking time to go unless you know what? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, I see. So these are the basic spells. That's how we know Magic Spirit, Spell of Return, and Wizard's Roulette. Makes sense. Okay. Let's take a look at Dude Town. Dude Town still has 1 turn to go. Alright, let's take that 1 turn. Let's see if we finish our things. We've maybe finished a thing. So, Nature's Eyes has been researched. University of Dude Town is done. So let's go back to this. Research. Can do Dispel Magic? Or maybe I can't, I have no idea. Might not be a bad idea to learn Recall Hero. Even though it's not exactly the most useful thing. Immediately. It'll still be nice. Okay, so, University of Dude Town is done. We have an Engineers Guild, which I can build. Not a bad idea. So why don't we do Engineers Guild, followed immediately by the bank. I think that's probably a good idea. And then we can consider trade goods at some point if we really are low on cash. But I think this is a good setup. Okay. So let's take some turns. It'll take a little while. We just got more gold. I have no idea why that entire thing just lit up for me. Are you guys fully healed? You are. We'll have to build some more units at some point. We did lose. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to put these guys on Auto Scout. And we need to choose a new spell to research. So I can do Owl Bears, True Sight. I'm not super interested in Owl Bears. I'm pretty interested in True Sight. Because eventually we're going to need that. Okay, Wellspring of Life. Let's see. So let's proceed. Cast it on Dude Town. It's not super useful, but it could be. Will be? I don't know. Anyway. What else we got here? We're losing money, but we'll be done with the Engineers Guild. Okay, it's 5 turns. I think this will be fine. So the question is, will he automatically grab the chest on his next turn? He does! Hey, money. And he'll keep going. I don't know if Auto Scout is a particularly good idea. Also, I'm not entirely sure if we've hit the bounds of the map. Oh, this is water, isn't it? It's just brown, so I was confused. I'll just let him do his thing. Okay, and we've got another spell to research. We can do Ice Bolt. We can do Pacifism. Tempting. Ice Bolt. Tempting, it's cheap. Problem is we don't have a whole lot of mana. Oh, it's because we were casting spells so much. Yeah, let's do Pacifism. That could be really, really good along the way. Okay, and I don't have any spells. I don't really have any spells I want to cast. We should probably consider expanding out. You know, getting another city at some point. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Extra mana. And even more mana. Looks like there's a ton of these just chests all over the place. Alright, it works. Let's see. But you know what? I'm actually going to have to say this is probably a good time for me to call it quits. This episode's already gone a fair distance. We've seen combat. We more or less know how it works. Oh, wait. We've already got the Bank of Dude Town. I am poor as shit. Oh, boy. Alright, whatever. We'll figure it out. Oh, Merchant's Guild. Merchant's Guild will help, probably. I hope. I don't know. I'm just noticing we're dropping in cash. Well, I could cast this spell to, do casting. Oh, yeah, we want to cast Strands of Power, and we probably want to do Tranquility, too. Let's do Strands of Power. For the time being. So, question. So the City Unrest is pretty low, so we don't have to worry about it too much. If I increase that... Okay, so we don't want to have more than this. It'll give me a little bit more cash, but we'll lose a person. But once we can reduce the unrest a little bit, then we'll be okay. We get some research points, and everything's good. Right, proceed. Unfortunately, we probably don't have a whole lot of unique terrain types, which is current power. Well, I'm not entirely sure what Strands of Power is going to unlock for me. It might just be +1 power. Nope. Looks like it was +4, give or take. Alright, I'll take it. That's useful. Still not entirely sure what that's doing for me. Oh, I see, because it got redistributed a little bit. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, yeah, that's +3 mana per turn. That was very worth casting. So in that case, let's go back to the spell book. We've cast Strands of Power. We should probably cast Tranquility next. That'll take a little while to go, but still. Alright, gold. This is definitely going to be one of those one more turn type games. So I think this really is a good stopping point. So I will see you guys on the next episode of Planar Conquest. But first, I guess let's talk about whether or not this game is good or not. I think it's good. At 20 bucks for a pretty solid Civ-like. I mean, it's a little clunky. The combat's not exactly as advanced as I'd like it to be. I mean, it would be awesome if a game like this had Banner Saga-style combat. Oh, man. Thinking about that would just gets me excited, even though it probably won't happen for a while. Either way, like, the research systems is interesting. It's not as branchy as I expected, and it's purely spell-based. So that means character customization the way I did, I'd almost argue is done wrong. Next time I'm going to spend all of my time boosting up all those initial perks, and then we'll just focus on research. Because it looks like I can still get powers, though I might have to do... What I might have to do is put 1 point in every school of spell, that way I have a wide variety to pull from. I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm not entirely sure how it works. I have no idea how any of this works, really. And this will probably take like 1 or 2 playthroughs to get through and truly understand, but you know what, that's cool too. I love the visuals, the music is good, and varied. It's not the same song over and over again. And, you know, apart from that, I think this is a pretty solid product. And for a 4X strategy game, 20 bucks is a pretty fair price, or even 25. Both are solid. So I think it's worth picking up if you love Civilization, Endless Legend, Stellaris, Master of Orion, any of those. And it's interesting. I like it. So I guess with that, if you guys like this first episode of Let's Play or Impressions video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more, I'm aiming to do at least 1 full playthrough of this, possibly 2. I wonder. Let's save. I want to check something. Did I name it as? I was really hoping it would type the save name here. All right, save. Wait, no. Save. Save here. Whatever. I'll take it. Alright. Oh, yeah, minimap. Oh, there's a minimap. There's also these things. These are kind of interesting. Notifications. We haven't even figured out how to get to other planes yet. That'll be interesting. For now, let's return to main menu. Yes. And it looks like there's only single player currently. Hopefully they add multiplayer. Is there? Oh, no, there's nothing better than good. Just want to see if there's anything else I could change. Alright. Special effects. I figured I'd drop down a bit. Actually, no. I probably don't need to do that. Let's see. Anything else? Army's movement. City hut. I'll keep that on. I don't know what that does. Tooltip delay, animation speed, input. Interesting. Yeah, no, this is really solid, and I can't wait to play more. But for now, I guess I will see you guys on the next episode of Planar Conquest. And as always, thanks for watching.